So please take some time right now to create your own essential question. And then you can just give me a thumbs up or let me know in the chat once you've written down your essential question. Thank you, Kushi. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Audrey. Thanks, Joshua. Thanks, Jessica and Christian and Nine. Well, it looks like most of you are ready. So let's continue talking about this investigation. So underneath the space where you wrote your essential question, I've included a table here to give you some examples of some physical and chemical properties, as well as some types of evidence, just to help you out and be a reference during today's investigation. So underneath physical properties, I've listed a few common examples of physical properties. These aren't all physical properties. These are just some common ones that you may be wanting to include in your investigation today. So the physical properties include states of matter, freezing or boiling point, mass, volume, density, conductivity, reflectiveness, texture, viscosity, solubility, dissolve, area, luster, and color. In the middle, we have some examples of chemical properties, which could include reactivity with oxygen, reactivity with acid, stable or unstable, flammability, type of bond between atoms, and pH level. And then I have some common forms of evidence of a chemical change. Now, again, these aren't the only forms of evidence, and there's a lot more out there, and some of these forms of evidence of chemical change could be evidence sometimes for other types of change too. But some common evidences of chemical change include gas production, temperature change, pH change, color change, precipitate formation, and formation of a new substance. So please feel free to use that table just to help you out during this investigation this morning. So let's go over the directions. You will observe 6 different mini physical or chemical change experiments. Before each experiment, indicate the physical and chemical properties the object has. So you'll be writing the physical properties in column A, in the first box there. You can just list them. And then the next box labeled B, you'll list some chemical properties. Then you'll observe the mini experiment and determine if it is a physical or a chemical change or a both. So in box C, you'll be writing down what type of change you think you've observed. In box D, you're going to write down the evidence that a change has occurred. So listing the forms of evidence that support what type of change you think is going on in that mini experiment. And then in box E, you'll sketch a picture of the change. So like the change that you can actually see happening and kind of the results of what kind of the outcome is. So we'll be completing one row at a time. What questions do you have at the moment? I'm not seeing anyone asking any questions, so we're going to go ahead and start with our first experiment. So let me do this. So our first experiment is Coca-Cola and milk. So next to number 1 inside that box, you can go ahead and write Coca-Cola and milk. Or if you want to call it Coke and milk, that's okay too. So for this experiment, I'm going to share a video with you all in just a couple moments. And so we'll use that video for that experiment. So let me just take a second here and queue up part of that video. Okay, so here's your Coke and your milk. So what I would like you all to do is to record both the physical properties and chemical properties for both the Coca-Cola and the milk. So in box A, you'll be listing some physical properties of the Coke and some physical properties of the milk. And then in box B, some chemical properties of the Coke and chemical properties of the milk. So I know we don't have them in our hands right now, but we do have some, maybe some possible prior experiences that we can use or some memories to help us out. And then if you do have any questions about either one of these materials, let me know and I'll be happy to answer your questions. So go ahead and record your information in boxes A and B, and then give me a thumbs up or let me know in the chat once you have finished recording your physical and chemical properties. Go ahead, Ayn.
I don't know how to fill out the chemical properties because I don't know any of those for the Coke or the milk. Do I search it up?
You can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Would anyone like more time before we watch this video here? All right, I'm going to go ahead and press play, and you're going to watch this video. And as you watch this video, you're going to decide what type of change it is, list evidence for that change, and then make a sketch of the change and results. And remember, you can make your sketch electronically, or if you want to do it on paper and then insert that picture of your sketch, you're welcome to do that. I will play the video a couple times through because it's relatively pretty short. Let's go ahead and take a look. As experiment number 1 with the Coca-Cola and milk. If you could please take some time right now to finish recording your observations and thoughts on your investigation worksheet. So every box for that first row should be completed. And if you can give me a thumbs up or let me know in the chat once you're done with that. then we'll move on. You eat it. However, I don't think anyone wants to see me eating a cracker. See my mouth open eating a cracker here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this cracker inside of a baggie. And then I'm going to add some water to this cracker here just to simulate saliva, which we have naturally in our mouth. A little water, seal up this baggie, and then to simulate my teeth, chewing the cracker, I'm going to use a spoon here and just chew the cracker that way. Okay, and then we're going to observe what happens, decide what type of change it is, and then record our evidence for that change on our worksheet. There we go. Yum, 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 yum. Nom, nom, nom. Potato and hydrogen peroxide. Okay, so you need help with the spelling. I put that in the chat window. So what I have for this next investigation, mini experiment here, is a fresh piece of potato. This is a Yukon Gold potato. Let me place it inside this little cup here. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can take a look at this lovely potato. So I'd like you to take a look and record the physical and chemical properties of the potato here. And then if you have any questions about the potato, please let me know and I'll be happy to answer it. This is a fresh potato, so it has not been cooked. It's smooth texture. When you touch it, it's pretty firm, slightly moist. Has kind of a starchy smell to it. If you would please let me know when you're ready, we'll begin the experiment. So I'm going to move the paper towel away. So to this potato, I'm going to add some hydrogen peroxide. For those of you who don't know, here's a container of hydrogen peroxide. It's often used as a first aid antiseptic to kind of get rid of germs. It's also used in some different hair treatment products and things like that. And let me show you what the hydrogen peroxide looks like. Pour some into a measuring spoon here. Okay, so it's translucent. It looks kind of like water. It's a similar kind of color. Of course, this is not water. The chemical formula for hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. So it has an extra oxygen atom. And I'm going to go ahead and pour the hydrogen peroxide on the potato, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, let's try it out. trying to put the potato in the center here. There we go. Zoom in a little bit for you. You can see the action here. We pour a little bit more. Actually, that should be enough. It may be difficult for you to hear, but there is a fizzing sound that sounds similar to, let's say, when you open up a new soda. It has a sound. So please take a moment and record your observations and draw your conclusions. Does anyone have any questions about the potato that's reacting with the hydrogen peroxide right now?